things.
Fat
While
Joe.
at first, people thought it was just Diddy terrorizing the music industry, it turned out it was an epidemic of disturbingly sadistic artists that could.
You know, I was just hearing that the reason why Dame Dash even cut off Jay-Z, or they stopped fucking with each other, they made it sound like it was some business shit. Jay-Z made it sound like it was a business decision. Damn, Jay-Z went and did a whole album with R. Kelly after R. Kelly was dating Aaliyah at 15. That's why Dame Dash stopped for, bro. But then Dame Dash was saying that was his girl. But I don't think he was saying it in that way. Especially if he coming out saying that. He probably was saying it like, this is my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? I was looking out for her. I was watching over her. I was helping her in her career type shit. So, but if Dame Dash was dating her, I don't get it. Like, wouldn't y'all both be on the same timing? But I for sure I don't think he meant dating. I think he just met his homegirl.
Didn't keep their hands off kids in the 90s. It makes you wonder what was in the water in the 90s. Knowing what Diddy was up to, it was likely GHB or ketamine. Now there's another rapper from the 90s being exposed. And just like we saw with Diddy, he's being accused of some very disturbing things. That rapper is Fat Joe, who is currently being accused by a former hype man of doing disturbing things with girls that were way too young, if you get what I mean. While Fat Joe denied these allegations, recently another artist, Kaya, called him out for allegedly catching him with young girls in a hotel room. Now it's seeming that Fat Joe might have been the original Diddy. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Fat Joe's allegations. Let's get right into it.
Hit that like, man. Help me
I
out.
guess it's not really surprising
if y'all watching this right now, y'all ready to get into this shit, this breakdown. You know, Fat Joe was the same nigga. Hip hop has a GAY mafia, this and that. Yeah, all your gangsters, yeah, I'm a gangster, we real G's, and all that. I'm not saying I rock with anybody in that community, but the same niggas who be like, yeah, hip hop got GAY mafia. They out here predators, they down low. Like, once I figured out that even niggas in the Wu-Tang is down low, I'm like, bruh, come on, bruh. Like, you could do what you want as a man, but why? Why is this like niggas that we thought was the most masculine, real nigga figures turn out to be weirdos? Like, that's why this shit be just crazy. Then when you think about people like Professor Griff, who been telling us, like, it's just like, damn, this shit been happening since the beginning. Yeah.
Fat Joe is facing similar allegations as Diddy. They both came up in the 90s era of hip-hop, where this kind of behavior went unchecked. But reading through his allegations, it's insane just how similar they are. Some of you might have heard that Fat Joe was sued earlier this year by his former hype man Terrence Dixon, who claims he witnessed Fat Joe committing some disturbingly heinous crimes over the 15 years he worked for him. In the allegations, Dixon claimed that Fat Joe was a PDF file who routinely hooked up with girls that were way too young. Dixon claims to have personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in relationship with girls who were in their young teens. The lawsuit alleges that Fat Joe psychologically groomed and even allegedly trafficked these young girls. Dixon
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, it's crazy because I was watching a lot of Fat Joe and Jada recently, and it's crazy how this news come out. It's crazy how the universe works. Like, as soon as you start watching somebody, or as soon as you start like diving into people's characters, it's just like everything get revealed. Cause I never cared. I never looked into Fat Joe's story. I never cared, even though I'm a fan of hip hop. I never deep dive into his additions. And you know, Fat Joe been around since Biggie. He got songs with Biggie, all type of shit, right? He been around since like the Wu-Tang days, since the Mobb Deep days, like before Pac and them even popped off. Fat Joe was doing his, not doing his thing, but they used to say he was getting money in the hood, but you gotta think about it, he was getting money for pumping crack. This nigga said he was the god. They called him Crack Joe, the God Allah, and that's what made me start watching this podcast. But when I'm watching the podcast, I'm noticing how this nigga act and talk. He just over, like, he's entertaining personality, but you could tell this, like, you wouldn't want to hang out with no nigga like Fat Joe. Like, on the internet cameras, like, it's funny, you could laugh at the shit, but like, I'm hearing this nigga talking the way he talking, the shit he talking about, like, then when he's got the breaking down how the nigga ain't, like, anybody who don't embrace coming into your age and shit like that, like, let's just say niggas say I'm unk and I'm a part of the unction and shit like that. As I get older, I'm gonna embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even now I be embracing when this shit, when folks do say that shit, even though I know I ain't old, because I understand what's going on. But at the same time, niggas that like be super old and be trying to play like, nah, we ain't, they trying to play like we old. Like, nigga, Fat Joe, you old, bro. And nigga, like, I'm Fat Joe, best rapper. Nigga, fat as hell, out of shape. Like, can't put it past niggas that can't even control their belly.
Describes Fat Joe allegedly flying these young girls from
like
Europe
that,
into
though, like everybody that's fat can't control their desires and shit. But I'm just, hey, I mean, look.
The U.S., paying for cosmetic surgeries for one of them and financially abandoning them when they become non-compliant. In the lawsuit, Dixon brings up several young girls that he alleges Fat Joe hooked up with, recalling a 16-year-old Dominican girl that he hooked up with in exchange for money, clothing, and paying her cell phone bill. Dixon also claimed that Fat Joe had an affair with a 15-year-old girl whom he met.
One more thing. When we was all watching Belly, that nigga DMX she was underage. So I remember seeing that scene growing up. You know, certain sex scenes made you feel some type of way inside and stuff like that when you was growing up as a kid, you know. But I remember seeing that Belly scene and bro getting topped off by the girl. And when I'm older, they was like, oh, she was like, you could, this nigga was cheating on his girl with a young bitch. That's what they called it back then. So when you hear old niggas talking about, yeah, I want me a young bitch and all that, they talking about underage girls, bro. Cause back then it wasn't gay. Like, bro, I feel like maybe when I was in high school, that probably was the last. It's still happening to this day, but nowadays, like, people are looking for it. Like, when I was growing up, it was not a red flag still, and I still grew up in the late 2010s. Ain't that something? And when I say it wasn't a red flag, I mean the girls that I was going to school with were dating older men. So. And then they feel like, a lot of girls feel like, well, they feel like they doing something when an older guy likes them. But you got to understand, if a grown man is trying to talk to you at your young age, what's wrong with that nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 24, 25. And no matter how the internet and how niggas make this shit seem, to actually apply yourself to get women takes effort. And a lot of niggas don't want to put that work in, or they just, you know, I don't know what niggas don't just know how to leave it alone. Like, I'm somebody that instead of just, I'd rather just not date. These niggas, like, they have to have something, so they gonna go college parties, high schools, hang around the colleges. Bro, you're 28, bro. You don't go here.
During a tour abroad, the suit alleges the rapper paid for her cosmetic surgery and regularly flew her to Miami and New York. He also brings up another girl that Fat Joe was infatuated with, so much so that he was considering leaving his wife for. According to Dixon, Fat Joe was participating in trafficking these young girls so he can hook up with them just like Diddy would do. This wasn't all of it either, as Dixon also alleges that he was coerced into performing thousands of intimate acts under duress, facing threats of retaliation, financial punishment, and physical harm if he refused. He alleges he was forced to perform intimate acts with women in front of Fat Joe and his associates over the course of more than a decade, claiming that he was forced to participate in over 4,000 inappropriate acts under Fat Joe's orders. Just like we saw with one of the first Diddy lawsuits, in this lawsuit, Fat Joe is being accused of running a RICO enterprise, with Terrence demanding $20 million for the damages he suffered while working for him. Interestingly enough, the lawyer representing Dixon was no other than Tyrone Blackburn, the same man who sued Diddy in behalf of producer Little Rod. Remember Little Rod's lawsuit? The producer who accused Diddy of the same exact thing Terrence is accusing Fat Joe of, which was forcing Little Rod to engage in intimate acts in front of P. Diddy, and also transporting young girls for his freak-off parties. I actually just released a new Patreon exclusive video of a Freemason man getting caught red-handed trying to meet up with someone he thought was a minor. I recommend all my members go watch that video after this one, as it proves that these men who are a part of these secret societies are definitely into them young. If you want to see that video, you can find the link in the comment section and the description. Now obviously, like every celebrity does, Fat Joe denied the allegations, calling them a desperate move of retaliation and extortion, claiming Terrence was upset that he cut him off and was trying to find a way to get back at him. In response, Fat Joe hired a high-profile lawyer and filed a counter lawsuit against Dixon.
Right.
Hiring the same high-profile lawyer, A$AP Rocky got to defend him against the allegations that he shot his friend over an argument. After these lawsuits were filed, it sort of went quiet for a while. Fat Joe continued his career like nothing happened and even started a podcast with rapper Jadakiss. This very podcast seems to be what got him back in hot water, as just a few days back, Fat Joe made some comments about Kaya that sparked a whole new set of allegations. While Cardi B was on his podcast, the conversation about who's the best female MC rapper came up, with Cardi mentioning Kaya. Fat Joe pretended to not know who.
See, I didn't watch this interview. I've the latest ones I've been watching. Let me look.
That was. Then started calling her the neck of my back girl, referring to Kaya's hit song My Neck, My Back. Fat Joe then told Jadakiss that he didn't like her because she called the cops on him once upon a time. He goes on to claim that she called the cops on him just because they were being too loud.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore female MCs?
I grew up listening to Remy a lot. I like Trina a lot. I always say that I listen to Trina a lot. I used to listen to Kaya a lot, Lil Kim a lot. I used to listen to all of them.
Who's Kaya?
Kaya.
Neck in my back. My neck, my back.
Yeah, she got some cool records though.
She did me dirty one. She did us all dirty one time. Like how the the girls my neck, my back. We hanging out in the hotel and she called the cops on
bro.
us. Like, yo, them making too much noise. They like, yo, the girl there.
My neck and my back?
My neck and my back, nigga. Like, how the my neck and my back?
You should know she coming at you
supposed to call the cops. She called the cops on us, bro. We was in Phoenix, Arizona. B-Fab, all of us talking in the hallway, and they was like, yo, the girl right there. She called the cops. Said, my neck, my back? She called cops on us?
I ain't gonna say that because that roasting. She could roast. That could roast. Tell her you love her because she could roast.
I love you, Kaya. I don't want no smoke.
When Kaya heard this, she went online and addressed it immediately, claiming that she didn't call the cops because of a noise complaint, but because he was engaging in disturbing behavior with really young girls. Kaya goes as far as to call Fat Joe the original Diddy, even referring to Fat Joe as a satanic freakazoid.
Bum, bum, bum. Yo, Fat Joe, I knew this nigga was full of shit. When my man said he fucked this nigga, I knew he was full of shit. My partner beefing with, I'm like, bro, why you beefing with Fat Joe? He like, fuck that nigga. He scammed him on some shit as an up and comer. I'm like, so this nigga take advantage of the male youth and the woman youth. I knew Fat Joe was full of shit when every time niggas asked him a question, he'd go off and start talking about his life. I'm like, what the fuck is you, like, what's wrong with this nigga, bro? Like, it was to the point where I'm thinking, like, this nigga is schizophrenic or something. Like, he gotta be slow. But this nigga, bro, these niggas be living in these low frequencies for so long. All that money just lust. Just
Fat Joe, yo fat ass. No, you finna get roasted this morning, gag, or the Fat Joey bag of donuts, you mildew smelling. You, the people been sending in a lot of shit. You been out there talking about the queen. Okay, you knew you was gonna get it, didn't you? You know you had to fucked up, right? Well, if you didn't, somebody should have told you. I knew it and been told this story, but since you want to tell it, let me tell a version that need to be told. Here, want to hear it go. Okay, I'm on the road at the hotel trying to get my beauty rest after a gig. I secured my bag and took my.
Come on, bro. That's why people don't be even hearing about this shit. Because look the fuck is you doing smacking the table, bro? This shit just sound like a loud, nasty, disgusting black woman. Like, we can't even get to the stories that are facts because you just on some bullshit. Like, nobody want to hear you smacking a table, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh my goodness gracious, bro. She keep doing it too, bro. Oh yeah, hell nah, bro. I know she finna say some shit though.
Suing the fuck out of you and a bunch of lawsuits and charges now on your fat ass. You sitting out here want to tell the bitch, put the police on you. You should have told them what.
Bro.
Well, you ran terror squad, all right, terrorizing booty holes and young hoes. Gag order back then, and you still doing it now. Alleged, yeah, right. Gag order, you a nasty and you was doing it, you did it, and that's why they suing you and pressing charges on your fat ass now. Why you trying to act like you innocent? You know I called the police on you for a reason. All right, I was trying to say them that we gonna just tell the truth, tell it how it go. Damn right, I called the popo hoe and I'll do it again, running around out here in these streets with titties longer than mine from DJ Khaled, sucking on them. Kiss my
Oh yeah, nah.
Let's get that right.
I heard Cali is a fruit for sure. I've been, I heard that. I've been heard that. That nigga Cali go to every Diddy party. He the type to do whatever. He pull his pants down, whatever he got to. But that's how them BBs be rocking anyway. They do that they do that shit anyway. That's in their culture. Them hot BBs hate they women and they all be men together. Think about it, bro. The Habibi walk out with that nigga Daylight said his wife walked out, his wife mom or something walked out with a plate of rice or something because he said the nigga smacked the rice out of her hand, bro. That nigga Daylight, hold on, bro. Like, that nigga felt like, come on, we don't rock like that, bro. Like,
you a demon dog. You a sex demon. You was them drunken and them little young, and I put the popos on your bag or to you and all them that was there with you. One by I was out of order and them young girls was in danger. I seen crimes being committed and I called the law. Gag order, just action hype man. He was there. Gag order in that order. Look it up. In that order. I hope he take you for everything you got and all them young that you f***ing destroyed their lives too. Gag order, because you did it. Alleged. Not alleged. I heard, I seen, I heard, and I called 911. Someone please call 911. This getting and drugged with Fat Joe in this hall. Get the law up here fast. As far as I was concerned, them slut puppies were in danger. Okay, gag order in that order. Criminal activity was going on, and your fat ass should have went to jail without the bail. That's where you should have went. Because you and your crew didn't mean to. No good. I seen and I heard you.
Oh, I get why she doing this shit. So the video didn't get took. I get why she doing this now. She trying to do this so the video don't get took down, bro. That's why she doing this shit. That make a lot of sense now. Cause I'm like, why the fuck is she smacking the table, making all this noise? If she just had a clear-cut video, just her, but she on Instagram, mommy. I thought Instagram was more Instagram shit. Knock on wood, but it's been on more the lenient side for me. But I bet if you start talking about Fat Joe and you got facts, nigga probably get your shit deleted or something. Yo, this nigga looks sick. But I never even like had no Fat Joe songs that I'm like, this nigga even a good rapper? I'm thinking this nigga's trash. The only song that I'll be like, it's okay, and I'm like, okay, I see is his first song, Flo Joe. I'm like, okay, I see why he went up. But still, it's still on our type beats, our flow. So it sound like it sound like just another New York nigga. It don't sound like, wow, this amazing Cuban nigga. I feel like Fat Joe blew up just like how K-Flock blew up. The nigga skin complexion was lighter. Talking about the same shit. Cause what 6ix9ine say? We don't let Spanish into rap. Y'all can say what y'all want, but they be rapping to other Spanish folks. Like whenever you see Spanish rappers and shit like that, you know, it ain't black folk. The people ain't slapping them. It's gonna be other Mexicans supporting them, just like how like an African rapper or something like. And if it is an African rapper, if it is a Cuban rapper, they're gonna act like a Black American on the track. Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, etc., etc., and all them the Zest monsters. That's insane.
Gag when I saw a bunch of young freakazoids in danger, and I said, "No, ma'am, Pam, and not on my watch. Clear this all."
Right.
You remember how I walked out there with my hair wrapped up like a queen? It's still wrapped up like a queen now. Locks on deck. Gag order, baby, when I came out there in that hall with my long, beautiful silk nightgown all the way to the floor. Gag order looking like a goddess. Okay, and I seen all them in danger on the hall in the hall on my floor. I told them to clear that hall. Get from in front of them doors, waiting to get and drugged and beat the up and kicked out on their head. Get out! 911 is on the.
They had the girls sitting outside the door. Fat Joe, oh my God. Soon as you go in that door, you go in. Fat Joe, you leave like busted and disgusted. And when it wasn't no TikTok back then. See, nowadays the girls just, I met with this celebrity and he did this. Like you done. Back then it's like, well, I met Fat Joe. If anything, they gonna be like, I'm happy that I met my favorite TV star. I don't care what he did to me. And then 3 years later, 4 years later, they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm a victim. Like, it hit later. Like, that's fucked up. But I ain't trying to make fun of no victims and shit. But I'm just saying.
I was dialing emergency number. In that order, I was saving lives. Like I'm still doing now. Gag order in that order, putting up on game. Don't trust these. Don't trust these. Don't.
So we know what she was saying. She was dropping
Basically
that shit for
confirming
sure.
the allegations made by Fat Joe's hype man, alleging Fat Joe likes them young too. I'm telling you, Fat Joe's behavior is awfully similar to Diddy's. It would also explain why back in 2024, while Diddy was at the height of his allegations, Fat Joe came out in defense of him, calling him a good friend and saying he would be praying for his nightmare to be over.
Our guy Diddy is currently in the news crazy. And so he would have been one of those guys. But right now he's dealing with something. When you see what you see, somebody that we've worked with in the industry for a long time going through what Diddy's going through right now.
What I can say in the most respectful way is I don't know all the details, but I've been praying for him and his family, and he's my friend for 30 years. And so I'm never, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just see what the outcome is, and I'm praying that the best thing for him and his family and everybody involved. So I'm not disrespecting nobody, but I'm just praying for this whole situation, this nightmare.
We've talked about it from the obviously.
Yeah, but yo,
internet.
bro, let's move on from that, man. You got that. You're the only person who got Fat Joe to say that, right? Let's move on.
A lot of people were criticizing him for these comments, as the
He's
person
very
he should have been
media
praying
trained.
for was Diddy's victims, not Diddy. But if these allegations are true, now we know why Fat Joe was defending Diddy, because he is the Puerto Rican XL version of him. The more I look into Fat Joe, the more he seems like Diddy. For example, he signed Big Pun in the 90s, and according to Pun's baby mother, Fat Joe robbed him blind. She claims that after Big Pun died in the 2000s, Fat Joe kept all the royalties Pun's
heard
music
about that.
generated and didn't give any to his family. She actually filed a lawsuit against him for this, which appears to be still ongoing. Again, this shows how similar Fat Joe and Diddy actually are. Diddy was also known for robbing his artists before and after they died. While right now the allegations that Terrence Dixon made against Fat Joe are just allegations, the fact that Kaya accuses him of doing things like this adds a bit more credibility to his claims. Knowing what goes down in the music industry, you can't put anything past these people. We know that
She ain't lying. This nigga he did that shit back in the day. Just like Jay-Z was fucking on them young hoes. That's why he went and linked up with R. Kelly. Listen, bro. These niggas was on that back in the day, bro. Because it wasn't nobody stopping them. And these young hoes was, oh my God, they fanned out. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Bad Baby got took advantage by Chief Keef. Bad Baby, go gang. Bro, I remember that shit. Because, you know, me and Bad Baby, I think we the same age. Or if not, we around the same age, you know? And she a couple years younger than me. But I remember being in school and seeing that Catch Me Outside, how about that, and all that shit. Nigga, I wasn't even paying attention like to her being with Chief Keef. I'm just thinking like this girl is a driller. She blowing up, she on some bullshit, just like Justin Bieber, baby. I used to hate that shit. I'm like, this dumbass song. But that's because I was the same age as them. I'm 11, 12. I'm like, baby, this shit suck. Why all the girls like this shit? This shit sucks. As I get older, I'm like, whoa. These niggas was like victimized big time, you know? And hey man, like I'm even seeing this little Samaya girl and all that in Aspen. They getting pimped out at the DDG content house and shit. That nigga Dub like, yeah, come make this damn TikTok, nigga. Yeah, come make this TikTok. Even though they over 18, 20, I'm like, they still little girls to me. Especially for niggas like Dub and what's his name? The big fat nigga with the beard. All them niggas just to be all like, yeah. I don't know, man. It's a lot of weird shit that happen in LA, bro. And this shit be happening every day. But if y'all got kids, man, teach them not to idolize these motherfucking rappers and these celebrities. Tell them that, like, you gotta let them know, like, you gotta separate what their craft from the person. That's a regular person at the end of the day. And it's hard to explain that to somebody when they seeing it through TV and the phones. You could see shit way better. That's why I love these phones. Like, people could say that, but back then, bro, you only seeing this motherfucking Fat Joe on TV, bro. You only seeing these R. Kelly, Jay-Z on TV. So if a little girl here, like, over a teenager, be like, oh my God, I got a chance to meet Fat Joe. You know what I'm trying to say? They was more susceptible. But yeah, man, this is crazy though, bro. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe from Joe and Jada. Shout out Jada Kiss though, but it's over with. Y'all see, look, I was trying to watch this. I was gonna watch this interview, the Allen Iverson one, but I can't even watch this shit no more until I react to this. It's crazy. Oh, I was streaming? Fuck. At least how I got this recorded. Man, I thought